So what's the first thing you make when you have a glut of tomatoes from your garden? I make salsa because there's nothing I like better in the winter than just popping open a jar and with some chips or on some nachos or just on my breakfast eggs. I know there are people who love just using their Vitamix and mixing all their tomato stuff and not taking the skins off. That's not me. I can taste the skins. Don't like the texture. I take off my skins. So here's my peeling station. I have the big pan that all the good tomatoes that are cut go into. Next to that is where my peelings go. Next to that is the cold water that I put the hot tomatoes in. Then the tomatoes that I just took the icky spots off, because I always do that first. And then here's my water that's heating up right now. I've got tomatoes here that are ready to go, and a whole lot of tomatoes here that are ready to go too. It is salsa day. It's so easy to get those skins off once you plunge your tomato into boiling water for about 30 seconds and then into icy cold water. Then you just pick it up. It almost starts to come off as you do that, but if you take the core out, everything else loosens right up. That is one big pan of tomatoes. It's hard to tell from this angle. Let me show you from another one. How many cups do you think this will make when I'm done? We'll soon know. I love how pretty these are. The Cherokee purple. Well, there's my first 8 cups, and look, I got a little bit off the top. We've got a lot of cups in here. I can hardly believe I got 33 cups. Come on, guys, let's go make some salsa. I didn't get my jalapeños planted this year. I know, a gardener with a garden channel that didn't get her jalapeños planted, but I didn't. So these are last year's, and they're freeze-dried. I'm going to rehydrate them, and I'm going to put them in my salsa. I added a little bit of hot water and rehydrated them partially, but I really don't think I needed to do that. There is so much tomato juice in this that it would rehydrate during the cooking process. As a single person, I have come to love my Harvest Right freeze dryer. I have a huge garden, and this really helps me put everything up. Please check out the link in the description if you'd like to know about freeze dryers yourself. Sugar, spices, and vinegar. Now we're ready to go. I do cook this down for well over 30 minutes, and I take some juice off during the time that I'm cooking it down, so it'll be thicker, and I'll have wonderful juice to can later. Make sure you're sterilizing your jars for the recommended amount of time. It is so important. We don't need botulism in our lives. I have all my canning tools lined up, cleaned up, and ready to go. Unlike the old days, we no longer have to sterilize our lids, so just wash them up well, rinse them off, and get them ready on a towel. I so often forget to get my rings ready. Don't be like me. Get them ready ahead of time. Did you know we have to add canning processing times for higher altitudes? I have to add 5 minutes onto standard recipe times because of how many feet above sea level I'm located. I just ran out of last year's salsa, so I am pretty excited to have these sitting on my shelf. Here's my best gardening tip of the day. Label everything when you can. You're going to think you're going to remember what's in that jar, but I promise you, you won't. Simple labels. I just type out what I have and the year. Always put that on your jar. Then you're all set to go. I've spent about 30 years making this salsa recipe the way I like it. A slight bit of sweet and a slight bit of heat. If you're interested in getting this recipe, just send me a message below and I will be happy to send it to you. And of course, I just picked more tomatoes last night, so on to the next project. Thanks for joining me while I made salsa. I'd love if you hit that subscribe button now and join me, a senior gardener here in Zone 4, while I grow all sorts of vegetables and then I preserve them too. Until next time, let's get growing.